Eddie, when you come into a game knowing that if y'all give up one touchdown, that may be enough to beat you, does that put added pressure on you guys as a defense?
I'm sorry, you repeat that question? I didn't hear the first part.
Sure. When you come into a game knowing that one touchdown may be enough to beat you, does that put added pressure on the defense?
No, because I feel like our mindset every week is to go out there and dominate. The defense. Like honestly, we don't really care about what the offense doing. We put it in our mind that we got to go out there and win the game as a defense. So that's just the mindset for us going into the game. No matter what they do, we got to go out there, clean it up, make our plays, and win the game on defense.
Go ahead, Colleen.
Eddie, after a couple of tough losses like that as a leader on the defense, what do you guys need to do this week to make sure things don't, get out of hand, get worse for you?
Just, continue to come in, work, put the blinders on, block out all the noise and just continue to come in and work. We know what type of group of guys we have in the locker room and on the defense side of the ball. We just rally around each other when times like this, it gets for us. We come off these back-to-back losses. We just want to come in, continue to work, critique what we need to critique and fix what needs to be fixed and just continue to go out there and just play our game.
Joe, go ahead.
Sorry. Speaking on fixing your mistakes and, rallying together during this time, how has your morale personally been during such a rough streak like this? How have you managed to deal with, the 3 losses in the last 5 games?
Oh, man. I feel like that has a lot to do with the type of guys we have in the locker room. We all rally around each other. We all pick each other up. We don't let no one walk around and hold their head down, no matter how tough the times get, we just look at it like, man, look, it's not over. It's still early on in the season. We got 10 games left, so it's still a lot of football left to be played. So we just want to continue to rally around each other. We know we have to fix. So we just got to come in Wednesday and start right there. Tuesday today with the preparation when we go down, break down film and put the last game behind us and focus on the next opponent. We know we got to go out there, continue to play fast, fly around and make plays. So that's just the mindset for us, and we want to keep that all season long.
All right, go ahead, Adam.
Hey, Eddie. Obviously, when there's losses, there's going to be criticism and things like that. Just curious how you feel like you've been handling that. And I have to ask you about that thing with Lance Briggs last week. Did you regret that at all?
Regret? Oh, well, I wouldn't say too much of regret, because I feel like, it's football, and for me, the type of player I am, I feel like you should never question my effort. Making a tackle, I know I have to make that tackle. Don't nobody go out there and want to miss a tackle. You have to get the guy on the ground. So, but when it comes to questioning effort and playing ability, when we all been here before, we all as players, we all know how it feels. When you're going out there, you laying everything on the line, trying to be aggressive. Things like that is going to happen, but you just got to go out there and make your plays. And like I said, when the effort part gets the question, that's the part that I have to say something about. But I could take direct criticism. I went to Alabama. Coach Saban is the biggest. He always coaches us on that. You got to learn how to take direct criticism. So it's not about that. It's just about the effort part. And like I said, we just got to continue to fight and push through and block all that stuff out.
Go ahead, Jason.
Eddie, your tackling has been scrutinized for at least the last 2 years. I mean, taking everybody else's opinions out of it, how do you think you're doing in that area? In an area that, if I'm remembering right, you talked about in August wanting to do better this season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think I'm doing pretty solid. I just got limited the open field tackles. That's something that I've been working on. I work on it in practice and everything, but like I said, effort is doesn't play in a role in that. I'm out there giving everything I got. So just got to continue to, work on the little things, taking angles and, wrapping and things like that. But I feel like it's been pretty good and it's continued to, improve. And that's for us as a defense as a whole.
When you say wrapping, is that part of the issue for you that you're trying to correct mentally as opposed to just trying to deliver a big hit or trying to get the ball out without necessarily making sure you're doing a fundamental wrap up and tackle?
Yeah, you just got to wrap because, sometimes you can go in a game, especially when you're trying to make a play, you want to go and try to lay a big hit on the guy, try to knock the ball out, or when you're trying to script at the ball, but you have to get the guy on the ground, we coach, first man and second man to the ball, that's the type of thing we coach. So we just got to continue to, stay on top of those keys. And that's something that you got to put into your mind, when you're going in on the tackle, like, okay, just remember to wrap, you know what I mean? Because sometimes, like I said, when you're going out there, you just flying around, man, and you're just trying to make plays, all that stuff kind of leave, and you just going out there trying to be aggressive. And sometimes it can pay off, and sometimes it can hurt you. So just got to continue to, keep that in the back of your mind every time you go in, make sure you wrap.
Alex, go ahead.
Hey, Eddie, obviously going back to the tackling and just what you said, obviously things are happening really fast. You got to make split-second decisions. Can you take us through that mindset of, okay, I am going to try and go for a big play, or this is a moment where I've got to wrap up? Like, can you take us through you run around the field having to make those split-second decisions?
Oh man, it happens so fast. So at times, it's like you really don't think, too much. That's why I say you gotta kind of just keep it installed in your mind just throughout the game. Like remind yourself, like even if you go in, because sometimes you just break on the ball so fast and you just deliver a hit, but it's just like things like that. You just got to keep installed. Like, all right, next time I got to wrap. Even if you do get the guy on the ground, you just remember, okay, next time I got to bring my arms with it, or I'll try to hold a guy up and let somebody come in while I'm stripping the ball. It's really kind of hard to explain because you're just playing so fast, and it's just instincts. You know what I mean? And that's when the instincts take over. So you just got to keep that installed in your mind throughout the game. Just continue to wrap.
Is there any difference? Like, do you keep it in your mind? I'm the last guy. I'm the last man of defense. Is that something you got to keep in your mind ahead of time, where I'm the last line of defense, or you know what, I got somebody behind me to clean it up, so I can be a little bit more.
You gotta keep that in your mind. That's one of the biggest things, because if it get past you, I mean, it's definitely touchdown, and that's the thing that really as a safety, you kind of got to be cautious of, because a linebacker or D lineman can miss a tackle, and you got a bunch of guys rallying right behind you, so it's less effective. But as a safety, last guy, you can, the ball gets on you fast when those guys hit the hole free. So you just got to continue to just, like I said, keep that installed in your mind. Like, I can't let it get behind me. I got to wrap. I got to bring them on. I got to get them on the ground, no matter how much your instincts, take play. Like I said, sometimes you want to just come in and try to knock a guy out, but you got to just remember, you just got to keep that installed throughout the game. And our coaches do a good job on the sideline reminding us, like, hey, that was a good tackle, but next time make sure you bring your arms, so stuff like that is just reminding you, throughout the game.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yep, no problem.
All right, we'll go Joe and then one more.
Yeah, Eddie, speaking on tackling, I know you've talked about improving it, but what you've been known for, of course, is turnovers, whether it is fumble recoveries, interceptions, and I could count several games this year where you were very close to getting those interceptions. What can you do to, return to that form where you were getting, 4 interceptions, 5 interceptions a year? And do you feel you're close, to returning to that?
Oh yeah, most definitely. It's right there. It's right there. You feel it. The thing for me right now is, and everybody keep telling me, just don't press. I'm trying not to press. I want to just continue to play, just capitalize off the plays that I can make, try to take advantage of the plays I can make, even when the ball in the air towards me, or if a guy is running towards me, trying to rip at the ball and doing my best to get the ball out. But right now, just not pressing, and it's hard, man. For me, man, it's hard, man. Like, it's stressful. A lot of frustrations, having 2 touchdowns called back last year when you're trying to get going. And right now, you only got 1, 2 turnovers or whatever the case may be. It's hard not to press, but just continue to play the game, and do my job, take care of my responsibility and just not press. That's the biggest thing that I have to continue to work on. And my coaches keep telling me, just don't press, no matter, it's going to come, just don't press. And you continue to get closer and closer, and I feel like one of those for sure I should have had, this Saturday on the slant on Mike. I broke, and I should have just played the ball, but he gave me a little stutter. So I thought, whatever. But, just continue not to press and just play my game. And it's definitely gonna come. It's getting closer. I can feel it, man. I thought it was gonna come this game, honestly, but I know it's coming. I know it's coming.
Perfect. Last one, Herb.
Eddie, along those lines, do you think that, some of the talk about the tackling is starting to get into your head where you're not kind of focusing on the ball? Because I think the one you're talking about, the ball kind of like it actually hit you. And then also on the one in the end zone, that's usually a ball where you kind of looking at the ball and you were kind of looking at the man again, as opposed to kind of making those plays on the ball like we have seen you do in the past. Is that a byproduct of some of this talk about tackling, just making sure you're not missing the guy as opposed to breaking on the ball, which is more of your natural instinct?
I won't say that. I won't say it's too much in my mind because I still try to play the ball. But of course, you trying to get the guy on the ground. You don't want to miss out on the tackle or anything. But and the one in the end zone, that was kind of, basketball. We taught the basketball slide. So I was trying to make sure I play the guy. I ain't want him to, try to zip the ball in and try to play the guy. By the time I got my head around, he already threw it. But that's not too much in my head about just the tackling part. Like that's the thing that's the difference between me. I play the ball first. Like that's how I think. Like ball in, man. And and sometimes it can hurt me. You know what I mean? So just try to continue. Like I said, just continue to not depress, and the plays gonna come, man. Like it's gonna come. The closer you get, the more you're around the ball, it's gonna come.
Great, thank you, Eddie.
All right, thank you. Y'all have a good one.